so I'm just going to do a quick demo of what it looks like for me to create a karaoke track in 2025, or well, in February 2025. So I've got a few here prepped that I've been working on for a couple of different clients. I'm going to do this one just now. Oh, so actually, no, I'm going to do this one. So you'll see the first thing I'm running is a command in my terminal called Nomad Auto. Nomad Auto is an alias that I've made for some software that I've written called Karaoke Prep, which is open source. It's all available here on my GitHub. I wouldn't say it's trivial for anyone to use without being a software engineer and without having access to some things, but the code is all out there, so technically anyone can use this. It's free and available. But yeah, this tool is something that I've been working on for the last year and a half to try and automate a bunch of my karaoke production process. So initially the idea is that this thing would just download audio and lyrics from online, and then it would run the audio that it downloaded from the internet, typically YouTube, through another tool I built called Audio Separator, which, oh, by the way, I'm talking you through this because this is running in the background and it'll take a couple of minutes, so we may as well I'll explain a few things while I'm waiting for it. And actually I'm just gonna make this window smaller so I can see when it gets done. But Audio Separator is a Python project that I've built to take an audio file with vocals and separate those vocals, so remove the vocals basically. And you could say using AI. AI is a bit of a loaded term these days, so it's complicated for me to say yes, this is using AI, but I mean it's using machine learning, which is a form of AI, I guess. But what people are talking about these days when they're talking about ChatGPT is a very different form of AI. That's a large language model. But anyway, that's by the by. Point is, Karaoke Prep runs my audio separator, and then it also runs my lyrics transcriber, which is another tool I built to do a different part of this problem, which is trying to automatically synchronize, automatically transcribe the lyrics in a given song, and then synchronize those with word level timestamps to make karaoke. And this actually does sometimes use a different form of AI, but for the most part, it's actually just using old school algorithms and some Python code. But anyway, so the way this works is it puts the original audio through an audio transcription model, and that generates a transcription of the lyrics that the transcription model thought it heard. And then I've got a bunch of code that tries to correct that transcription because there's inevitably some mistakes in it. And it tries to correct them by fetching lyrics from Genius and Spotify and other internet sources, depending on what's available. And then it pops up this UI that I've built to help me do my manual sort of quality control / correction process, because ultimately, even with this correction in place, it's not perfect. So you're about to see how this works in practice. So I'm just going to do it with this song. So that's probably because that's what it says in these lyrics. Well, actually they contradict each other, so I don't know. I'll go with that. Actually, maybe it is there. I don't know. Sometimes lyrics are really subjective. It's hard to know what's right and what's wrong, to be honest. So because this is a corrected segment, you can see previously the transcription thought it was dis rather than disarm, for example. Dis on me. The sync isn't quite right, so I'm going to use my UI to fix the sync. Let me just check that's reasonable. And this is a little bit glitchy because my computer's doing the audio separation in the background, so it's maxing out my GPU, so don't worry about the glitches that you might see. This is working. Sometimes the transcription puts in an extra and at the start of a line that isn't useful, so I've made it really easy to tweak these. Yeah, there. That's a common thing that messes up. Diss on me, that's funny. Oh yeah, the audio separation must be complete because it's just popped it up in Audacity. But I'll get onto that in a second. Disarm me with your loneliness is this bit. Wait, actually, is that the whole lyric? No, the whole thing is part of a quote. Telling me how you love. Okay, so. Love. Ends with a quote. There's usually actually not this many mistakes. I mean, these are minor mistakes, I guess, but it's annoying. Honestly, I can't wait to the point where I've managed to get my code to not have as many mistakes in the transcription. Oh, by the way, the way these UI works is like the things highlighted in blue are what I'm calling an anchor sequence, which is like lyrics in the transcription that match up exactly with one of the reference lyric sources like Genius or Spotify, which gives me a pretty strong level of confidence that they're correct already. Actually, I should check this one. I missed this one. Where is this one from? So I'll break all the rules. Okay, sorry. Okay, that one actually does have disarm me. So I can merge this word. Disarm. It seems this one. Actually, I'm gonna. I don't know which one I should extend. Sometimes there's overlapping lyrics, and it's really hard to decide what to do with karaoke. But you get the gist. This one I think is warmth, not love. And I think it's messed up with this. That doesn't need to be as long as that, so let's shrink that down to about there. Damn, these are all slightly messed up. Honestly, there's usually not this many mistakes. I don't know which bit of the vocals I should actually do here, because, well, let's put those in brackets. So maybe the screaming is like the secondary, but. Oh, it's not to that, it's to be alone. Fuck's sake. That explains why it wasn't that long. Okay, yes, that one's lie to me, isn't it? So I can split that word. Honestly, you get a good example of what my correction tooling can do. Okay, I'm just going to double check there isn't this anywhere here. No, it isn't. Okay, good. So let's see the preview. So this just generates a low resolution preview video of this sync, so that I can validate that it all looks okay and the sync is good. This is like with the vocals. Usually I don't watch this all the way through, because usually I have a level of confidence based on how well the transcription worked up. But this happens to be one where it had a lot of mistakes, so I am actually going to watch most of it, I think. Alright, this seems pretty solid. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can keep him. Okay, yeah, that seems pretty solid. So I click complete review. So that then sends those corrected lyrics and timestamps back to the server, which starts generating the full resolution video. But then the second part of this is remuxing that video that just got generated by that synced thing with vocals with the instrumental audio. So I'm just going to pull up Audacity. So this is the output from a couple of different parts of my audio separation process. The first part separates it with one model, which it generally always produces a pretty clean instrumental without any vocals at all. And then it takes the vocal part of the separation and separates that using a different model, which is supposed to separate backing vocals, this karaoke one. So in theory, this track here is supposed to be just the backing vocals, and then it stitches them back together with the instrumental and the backing vocals to create this one, which is like the instrumental plus backing vocals. So basically what I'm doing here is just checking whether or not these backing vocals actually are good. And if they are good and they make sense to keep in the song, I will remux using this track, which you'll see it's like a really easy thing for me to do with my tooling. But if the backing vocals don't make any sense, or they've kind of got like weird glitches that didn't get cleanly separated, then I'll just stick with the clean instrumental usually and accept that maybe this one won't have backing vocals. So I'm just going to listen to those and see if they come out well. Let's see what this is first. That's fine. Okay. These do sound like they're a harmony. Let's see how this sounds in instrumental. I'm a little bit torn on this one actually. Damn it, I thought this would be an easy one. That chorus sounds a little bit more like the lead vocals rather than like harmony. Might listen to the original in a second. I feel like these bits are probably good to keep in. But that's way too... Hey, let me go back and hear the original for this. Yeah. Oh, damn it, this one's really annoying. clean, obvious yes or no. Let's see, does the chorus feel empty without it? No, I think I'm just gonna go with the clean instrumental for this one. But often, I usually will try and keep the backing vocals, but honestly it's quite tricky. And it's very subjective, so you can see I don't always make the best decision. Anyway, go back to my tooling, so I press yes. This is where I choose whether or not I want to use the clean instrumental or the one with the backing vocals, so I'm going to go for one. This is now remuxing to make the final video, so it'll take the sort of synced lyrics video that I previewed earlier, but the 4K version of that, and it'll remux it with the instrumental audio. So if I go back to my karaoke tracks, you'll see the output from this in a second. This is the output from like the with vocals when you sync. It doesn't have title cards or anything, and it just has the vocals. You can hear like the singing. Sometimes that's actually helpful. So when I deliver a karaoke track, I always deliver it with this like with vocals version as well. Because for me personally, if I'm going to go and sing a song at karaoke, I want to sing along to it with the vocals a bunch first and practice it before I then switch to like singing the actual karaoke version of it. So I deliver them both because I think it's helpful. I'm just gonna pause this. Oh, actually, no, I won't pause it. I'll just explain some more stuff. So this is all in real time. But yeah, this is currently re-encoding this MKV to be MP4, which is a bit more compatible with more things generally. And then it'll be outputting a few more final karaoke videos in various different formats. I guess broadly all of this stuff is powered by like these software projects that I've been working on. They're all open source and out there. You know, the prep tool, like this downloads the lyrics from online and it runs the other tools for me, like the lyric transcriber. At the moment, this is pretty dependent on an API called AudioShake, which they've got their own proprietary models for lyrics transcription, and they're very good. Like a much higher quality audio transcription model than anything else I've been able to find that's free. So I use their model via their API. And even that though, like as you've seen, has a fair number of mistakes in the response from it. So this lyrics transcriber project is what also then has that UI you saw me using, which is like this kind of correction process where I go through it manually. And then as part of karaoke prep, this also has a tool called Karaoke Finalize, which does the second part of that. And that is like the remux and the upload to YouTube and stuff. So I've got it set up so that it, as well as like creating the final video, it will upload it to YouTube automatically. It will upload it to my Dropbox automatically so I can send a link to someone easily. And I've tried to just streamline it as much as possible. I'm a software engineer, obviously. That's why I'm writing code for this stuff. And it's really frustrating to me if I have to do a repetitive task multiple times. So this helps me like keep all my tracks organized. It moves them into this Dropbox folder, generates the link for this and stuff, uploads it to YouTube with a consistent thumbnail and things. Oh yeah, I should also be able to show you the actual like upload videos now. So one of the other things that Karaoke Prep does, it generates like these title cards. Spent a bunch of time trying to make it work so that this never overlaps and things. And the end credits card as well. So then the final karaoke video starts with like a 5-second intro with the title card, and then it goes into the other video, which we saw a moment ago, but this time it's the instrumental. So if we click through this, there's no vocals. And this is what will get uploaded to YouTube, and I'll send the link to the client. And hopefully in like about a minute, this will finish encoding and it'll start uploading to YouTube. There we go. There's a little pause point there that I've added into it to like get me to check the video to make sure they're okay. Most of the time I have a lot of confidence in them now, so I barely ever check them, but in the earlier days there were some inconsistencies which led to me really needing to double check that the video was correct before I uploaded it. This is going to take a little while to upload because I'm currently in a hotel for my day job work, so this will like probably take like 10 minutes to upload, unfortunately. So I'm going to pause this video and unpause it, like pause this recording and unpause it once this is finished uploading, so you can see the very last step of this. But broadly, yep, this is my process. Well, apparently I can't pause. There we go. Alright, the YouTube upload finished like 10 seconds ago, as you can see from the log output here. Oh yeah, other things this does, it puts a message to my Nomad Karaoke Discord, because I try to keep track of all the uploads there. It uploads the folder to my Dropbox, renames it with like a consistent ID so that all of the tracks in my completed Dropbox folder have like a consistent consecutive ID. And what else does it do? Oh yeah, it creates a draft email in my inbox, which you can see here. Well, should see once it's lit. There we go. Which is like hi name, thanks for your order. Here's the link to the YouTube and here's the link to the Dropbox. And you know, it's probably obvious to anyone who's ordered from me more than once that this is templated. But from my perspective, it's like just a way to be consistent, to make sure that I'm giving the client exactly what they ask for every time in the same format. Usually I'll open the YouTube link and just like check it briefly. Oh yeah, the other thing is this uploads using the lossless version. So like this, I always try and start with the highest quality audio I can get. Typically it'll be like a FLAC, like lossless audio rip from the original CD, if I can find it online somewhere. Because that way, and then I upload it to YouTube, also using a lossless version of the final video, which is using the same audio that was separated from that lossless audio. So at no point has it gone through like a compression to MP3 or compression to some other lossy audio format that would compress the audio. That way, the audio that gets uploaded to YouTube is uncompressed. So once YouTube compresses it itself, it's only gone through like one round of compression, which basically means that the audio quality is as good as it can possibly get, considering I'm delivering through YouTube. And if somebody uses this file, then they get the uncompressed lossless CD quality audio, which is pretty nice. Yeah, probably not much more to say about it really. That's the process. That's currently how I make karaoke. I know this probably felt a bit slow and clunky because I was like talking through it, and this is also a bit of an awkward track, but generally it only takes me like 10 minutes ish per track, especially if I have a few queued up and some of them are a little easier. Hopefully this explains how I make karaoke. Cheers.